Hey everybody, it's Steve again, the Wolfpack. Yeah, coming to you from the Wolf Den. I got all my dogs fed. I don't know if y'all know it or not, but I got 4 German Shepherds. And the reason why I got 4 German Shepherds is because I don't want 5 because they're driving me crazy. If you had a woman on top of that, my wife, I'm telling you, I'm going to be in a nervous hospital in just a few years. I mean, walking around doing a Thorazine shuffle around there and everything. Anyway, I made the video today because I was remiss and I really do want to issue an apology. And I didn't realize that I did it. I didn't realize that I didn't do it. And it played on my heart a little bit because, after I realized that oh God, you idiot, Well, no, I've never been accused of being smart. Matter of fact, whenever you talk about me, the word smart never pretty much comes up. There's a lot of other words, but they don't mean smart. But there's a lot of other words but smart ain't one of them. Crazy's used a lot. That one's used a lot. But anyway, I digress. So anyway, I wanted today to actually make sure that I put out some prompts to somebody that on TNS that I did not forget. I just couldn't remember everybody's name. So this one goes. Here, my dog sneezing over there, like he got a problem. Anyway, so this goes out to, and I want to say it like I said. I'm sorry, but Sarah Vaughn. Now, I don't know, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. I don't know how to say her name. I'm sorry. I'm gonna get it wrong. But anyway, it's I can't Sauer and then Vong, capital Vong. Now, tell you a little bit about this woman here. She has been working her butt off, trying to get this site up and make it interesting, and she's doing the marketing for it and trying to get people over there. And basically, she's put in a lot of damn hard work, and it also goes into things that we don't get to see. It's from the legal side, from what the format is in there, and then also maintaining the website. But also, when she gets in there as a mod, she's actually sharing news as well. So she wears a lot of different hats there, and I don't know all the stuff she does. I just know that she does a lot, and it makes the site a better place. I ain't no mean shape or fashion, and I don't want to get myself between a rock and a hard place here because I'm just going to let you know this right now. It seemed like to me for a while, and I could be wrong. Have ever happened to you? Been wrong? You ever happened to you? Happened to me? Happened to me all the time. Well, it seemed like there might be some little political drift in there in the room there a little bit, and I don't like to get involved in that. I don't. I really don't. And if there was, maybe I'm making it up. Maybe I'm not. I don't know. But anyway, it seemed like there'd be some kind of rift there or whatever, and it's like, well, okay. I don't care. It don't matter to me. I tell you what, Rachel, you can do. Y'all can get pissed off at each other, go out there in the parking lot, and hell, y'all figure it out pretty quick. But anyway, I kind of noticed a little tip there or whatever. But I do want to say, I'm sorry, Sarah. I'm sorry that I didn't mention you. It was not intentional. There was no message behind it. There was no method behind it. No subliminal method using the aliens with a tinfoil hat trying to mess your mind up to where you weren't thinking correctly. No, man, there was nothing like that done. All it was is I made a stupid mistake and I forgot. Okay, happens to me all the time. Well, I got my dog. He remembers. He looks at me like, "What the hell are you doing?" I don't know. I thought you knew. So I am sorry, and I apologize once again. I'll end it right there. But I hope that she'll accept my apology. If not, I'll work on her. Because part of my mo is I like to make people laugh, and I'll get to her. I'll get her sticker in there every once in a while. She'll, you know what, that guy, hey, but he makes me laugh. You know, which is half the time how I got to go out on dates. Well, I don't know, but he makes me laugh. And for some reason, women like to laugh. Figure that shit out. Now, y'all thought y'all was gonna get away with that, but no, I got you. I got you a little story today, um, for your entertainment while you're not doing anything or just sitting around there watching the news or whatever. Something that you can take a break on. And I try to do that. I think I'm gonna try to do that so we can get some funny stories in here from the Wolfpack. Things that I notice in everyday life. Now, what I want to concentrate on today is hard-headed Christians. Okay, hard-headed Christians. Now they come in all shapes, sizes, and forms of whatever denomination. Okay, They got you, you know, you Catholics. They got you Southern Baptists like me. We just stumble through life. I don't know how we get through life. The Methodist, um, 7 Day Adventists. We got the Amish. We got I don't know, but I don't know all of them. We can get to. We got the Pentecost. Um, we got some religions. I don't even know what they are, but I don't know how to say them or nothing like that. So, but anyway, the way I look at it is this way: is that, you know what? If you believe in God and you don't, if you believe in God and you don't preach killing people, right? Pretty good with me. So I kind of try to keep an open mind when it goes to religion or whatever, because I figure it this way: you know what? Good Lord put everyone down here for a reason, and who am I to question what you're down here for, or whatever? I don't know. I stay away from the Jehovah Witnesses because the fact is that I don't want to know in that Bible that they've got about no hoodoo or no snake charming or nothing like that. I don't want to be around that. I don't like snakes. Don't be around a snake. If I see a snake, it's a dead snake. That's just pretty much the way I've always been. And I don't know about speaking in tongues neither, because last time I spoke in tongues, I was drunk as hell. I was drunk and Cooter Brown running down there Highway 69. I don't know who the hell I was talking to. So I know not to talk in them tongues. But to each his own, I guess. But just for this little segment only, we're going to talk about hard-headed Southern Baptist Christians. Okay, I are one, so I don't know about them. I'm talk what I know. Well, you got your hard-headed Southern Baptist. Now I live down here in the Bible Belt here in Texas, and I'm telling you this right now. You know, when people ain't got nothing to say about you, you know, let you say, well, bless his heart. That could mean a lot of things. I mean, it don't mean that the Lord help him. I mean, he's beyond repair. You know, bless his heart. You know, I don't know, but if somebody wants to say something to you, you know, they'll bless your heart. My heart ain't got nothing to do with it. What about me? You gonna bless my heart, not bless the rest of me? My back's hurt. They could use a blessing. But anyway, we got the hard-headed Christians, and what I mean by hard-headed is the fact is that they put too much time and effort into wondering what and worrying about what the other one's doing to worry about themselves and what they should be doing. What's the good Lord say? He says, don't worry about the speck in my eye until you remove that darn plank out of yours. Well, you got a lot of that going on around here. A lot of people don't know there's specks in their eyes. So anyway, after I got married, I told my wife, yeah, I'll start going to church. I started trying to clean up my, yeah, I'll go to church or whatever. But when I was younger, I asked my mom. I used to ask my mom all kind of things about Jesus. She had all the answers too. I asked Mama one time. I said, Mama, I said, how come Jesus was crucified on the cross? She looked at me a little bit and she goes, you know what? Because they ran out of wood. They was gonna make it a square, but they ran out of wood. Worked for me, you know. I asked her one time. I said, Mama, how come did Jesus walk on the water? She goes, well, he wanted to get to the other side. I tried it one time. Shit, I went straight down. But I'd ask her all these things about Jesus and stuff. She always have an answer. And then I got old enough one day, I started reading the Bible myself, and I'm looking over at my mama, you lied your butt off to me, you know. But when I started my religious journey, I guess, I mean, I'm no Bible thumper by no way, shape, form, or fashion. The good Lord and me, we got a special thing going on. And I'm telling you this right now, you know, the Lord knows I was drinking. He knows I was running around and doing whatever I was doing. But every night I'd go home, me and him have a little talk. He would point out the things that I had done wrong that day. So pretty soon I got tired of being wrong and started doing right. So, you know what? Ain't no sense going through all this crap. The Lord done told me what I shouldn't do that. So anyway, I went on through my religious upbringing there, and then some point or another, they got me into the Old Testament. Okay, now I don't know about y'all when you read the Old Testament. I really don't know. But all I know, I don't get a lot out of it. There's some stories in there, but I get confused because the fact is that every time you start reading into the old, everybody's begotten. There's a whole lot of begotten going on in there. I'm telling you, he begot, he begot, he begot. And I didn't know what the hell begotten was. I asked my mom, I said, Mom, what's begotten? She goes, yes, you did. I said, all right, I guess it's going to get me anywhere. So all I could tell from the Old Testament was the fact that there's a whole lot of begotten, and all them people that were begotten liked to begot. They stepped back begotten and everything, and it was a good deal to begot. People enjoyed the begotten, and now you know what? Now I figured out what it was. How come everybody got tired of begotten? I mean, did Eve screw that shit up for us too? I mean, damn. I told her about them snakes, and then you mess with them snakes with them hoodoos, and I'm telling you with them and them Jehovah's Witnesses with them snakes, the good Lord's trying to tell you something. Stay away from that. So anyway, I kept going on through my religion. I learned I like that Psalms. I like to read Psalms, and I like Paul, Peter, Paul, and Ringo. I had to be said, okay. No, but I do like my special places in the Bible, and I got quotes. I do remember some, but I ain't one of them son of guns that I ain't. It's my phone. See, my phone does work. And see, for all you girls like CC and Susan and Sour and all you girls out there that I met Miss Mama, uh, all you girls out there keep flirting with me. Y'all keep on. Now being mean to me. Look here, I got my phone blowing up with the chicks want to go out with me. So, and Kirsten, yeah, see, I got the hell yeah. Anyway, I digress. So anyway, I kept rock and roll my religion, and then here I go, and I started going into high school. And the only dang reason why I went to church in high school is because the fact is the girl was pretty that I wanted to go out with, and it was a free date. I could go over to church and hold her hand, and it didn't cost me a dead burn thing, except $1 that I threw in the donation plate. Sometimes I threw 50 cents, and they go, "Hey, I want to buy her snow cone or something." So anyway, we rocked on now with that religion thing going on, and I learned a lot from it. Um, and one of the things I learned that I learned the 10 Commandments, and I figured there, that's a pretty good place to start. Let me memorize those first. And the first one that struck at me is like, thou shalt not kill. And that makes sense to me. But I wonder what other religions tell you to kill. I'm like, I figure I'm on the right side if I'm not trying to kill nobody. But in the Bible, it don't say nothing about what if they're trying to kill you, can you kill them back? I said, I don't know. That's a dilemma right there. I said, I guess it depends on what the Lord's feeling right at that time. And I had stupid questions too, because I'd ask the Lord, I said, okay, look, I'm gonna turn this mother cheek, it says an eye for an eye. I said, okay, I get that part. Then he said, well, you need to turn the other cheek when somebody slaps you. I said, okay. So they slapped me on one side of the face, they slapped me on the other side of the face, and then but what do you do when they hit you square in the mouth? You got to turn that too. I have a hard time turning my head when somebody hits me in the mouth. So I started going to a church regular, and this is what I saw when I walked into the church. And y'all been there, y'all seen it. I walked into the church, and you could tell in there that there was some kind of segregation going on. And I'm not talking about black and white, okay? There was the haves, then there was the have-nots. You could tell the difference between the two because of the way they dressed and the hats they wore and the ties and everything they wore or whatever. Then you had the have-nots. They're the ones they're the ones just rolled got home from work last night on a graveyard shift, got home, rounded up all the kids, took a shower, put on a clean shirt, and good pair of blue jeans, their best pair of boots, and the best belt, tucked it in and everything, put the smell good on, and actually wore their best cowboy hat too. The religious ceremony. But apparently they didn't like it. Some of these boys over here, because you're supposed to sit over there. I got to noticing that, so what did I do? I said, you know what, that's me. Y'all don't understand. Y'all don't know the lengths that I'll go to recognize and show stupidity, because next weekend we went there, my wife was thinking the same thing. She said, don't do it. I said, what do you know? She said, don't do it. Well, she says, okay. So my wife, a lot of times when she walks around, it's like, she goes, Lord, tells my daddy, my Lord, please go get him. Go get him. Go get him. Just please don't bring him over here. Just go get him. Because I like to call shit out. Excuse my language, ladies. I'm sorry. So went into church next weekend. So I went in there, and where the house were sitting, I walked in there, and I sit right down amongst them, right there in the middle of them. Yeah, I did. Boy, you should hear. You know that little click that the women make sometimes, like, the, well, here's what they're doing. It goes, roll your eyes and, like, roll your eyes and, they kept doing it. So many of them kept doing that. I made a song out about it. I was actually tapping my feet, going, click, roll your eyes and click, and roll your eyes and, I started singing that out loud in front of God and everybody. That pissed them off, boy. So anyway, that pissed him off pretty good. And then I asked my daddy one time. I asked him when I was going to church. I said, "Daddy, what's the difference between a Southern Baptist and the other religions or whatever? What's the difference?" And he said, "Well, Southern Baptists believe you can drink beer on Friday and Saturday, but you better have your butt in that pew first thing come Sunday morning." I said, "Dang." And then he looked at me and said, "Don't mean necessarily you got to stay awake, but you got to be there. You get points for showing up." So I kind of went through that when I got to be 18, 19 years old. I went to church, and I didn't really want to go to church that day. But anyway, I figured I better go, So I got up, put my clothes on, run down there to the church house or whatever. And they started talking and they started praying. And the preacher started preaching about something, whatever. I don't know. And he came off in a little lag there, where he wasn't saying nothing. So I reached over and popped me a beer. Well, it's going to get good. Boy, you ought to seen the looks I got on that, boy. It went past it. It went to, I can't believe it. Made up another song right there. So they didn't appreciate the fact that I was drinking beer in the church. Well, the preacher came to me after it was over with. And he said, "Brother," he said, "we refrain from having any alcoholic beverage in the church. Well, we're preaching and we're praying to the Lord." I said, "Okay." I said, I guess I can understand that." I said, "Well, so Jesus drank wine, didn't he?" He said, "Yeah." Well, I said, "Well, how come I can't drink beer in the church?" Because we don't want anyone drinking to be drunkards, okay? Or drunkenness. That's where the drunkenness. Don't bring drunkenness. So hell, I ain't drunk yet. I just started this morning. Wait till you catch me this evening. Wait till you catch me this evening. I'll be drunk then. I won't come to your church. So obviously he didn't think he was getting his point across. So we were sitting there, whatever, and so I'm sitting there talking to him, and he's trying to tell me that it's not, I can't drink in the church house. So I said, okay. So I reached over the cooler, grabbed me another beer, started drinking my beer. And he goes, "Brother," I said, what's the matter now? We don't really like the fact that you're sitting here in the church house parking lot and you're drinking beer as a participant. The participants are coming out, or the partisans are coming out, and the first thing they see is you drinking beer. I said, "I know, huh?" I said, "You know what they're thinking?" He goes, "What are they thinking, brother?" And I said, "They're going to the beer store to get them a beer. I'll bet you $100." He didn't like that either. So anyway, he told me, he said, "Well, just so we'll know, we don't drink alcoholic beverages on church property." So I looked at him and I said, "Well, what if church is not going on?" "No, you can't drink beer anywhere on church property, even if we don't have a church going on." Kind of said, "Well, that's kind of unfair, you know. That leaves less places in town. I can go park my truck, drink beer." So I got to thinking there, whatever, and then he looked at me and he kind of figured out what kind of fellow I was. He looked at me and he goes, "Brother," "Yes, preacher." I'm like, I'm about to get on my nerve now. I said, "Yes, preacher." He goes, "And you can't drink wine neither." Damn, he got me on that. So I didn't have nothing else to say, and that doesn't happen very often, because normally I got something to say about every dang thing, right, wrong, and different. It don't matter. I want to say something, but anyway, so I kind of I was at the Mexican standoff there a little bit, so I looked at him. He had me, and I was like, "Okay." I said, "Hey, you want beer?" You can imagine the look that I got in the church parking lot where all the petitioners were getting out, and they saw that particular sight from their preacher. I thought it was gonna blow up. You know, that little vein that goes up right here, it goes up to your head, you know, or the ones that stick out on your neck, you know, and you're red. He turned all kind of red. So, and I guess the whole lesson out of that, you can't drink beer in church. Well, I learned my lesson on that pretty quick. I couldn't drink beer in church. So, but we got the hard-headed Christians like me that are out there, and there's a lot of them out there. They don't pretend like you're not one of them, because I read the Bible, okay, and basically whatever it's telling me you can't supposed to. The Lord don't like you doing that. You shouldn't be doing it. Now I'm the type of fellow. Look here, you know what? Just cause it says so, don't mean I can't twist it around in my head and figure out the right do what I want to do anyway. I try to argue with the Lord is what I try to do, you know. I don't work out too good. So, but that's what I get whenever I'm like, well, he didn't really say that. He really, what he meant was, you know, no, that don't work like that. The Lord says something, He means it. He don't need no help from you, because if He needed help from you, then you know what? He'd have a prayer meeting when He'd write Himself to the prayer meeting to see what you think about His good word. I ain't never seen that happen. But anyway, I want them hard-headed, and I, you know, trying to twist stuff up in my mind, trying to make up my own mind and figure out that I'm right, you know. Some of the worst decisions in my life that I have ever made is saying that I was right and the Lord was wrong. Because see, my Lord's got a sense of humor. Okay. Now, there's steps to my humor with the good Lord, and the steps are basically easy, because the fact is that that's where I do what I start doing what I want to do. He's like, okay. All right. He'll warn me, you know, small little warning. You know, got a flat tire, you know, radio stations won't work, something, you know, something, you know, he'll warn me. I won't pay no mind to it, and I'll be going down there. Next thing you know, I got 4 blowouts on my truck and everything, you know. I don't attribute it back to what I'm doing, that the good Lord punished me for it, saying don't do that or I'm going to blow your truck up. And then that's what happens. You keep doing that, you'll blow your truck up. And then you say, Lord, why'd you do that to me? Back to square one. Oh, I have epiphanies by the Lord all the time. I'd be mowing my yard, and I sit out there, and I read something a year ago or 3 or 4 days ago, and I don't get it, and I can't understand it, whatever I'm reading. I'm sitting out there mowing on my yard, and I'm talking to the Lord, and all of a sudden I go, oh, I get it. That's what He was trying to do. So, but we hard-headed Christians, because we, you know, we want to figure out we're doing it right. You know, that we got it. We're special because we're doing it right. And that ain't no dang. You ain't doing nothing right. All you're doing is doing what the Lord told you to do. And you know what? It don't make no difference how you do it. As long as you're going by them 10 commandments and you go follow the Lord, what He did, whatever, and you know what, and you're trying to walk in His footsteps, you're probably going to be all right. But stray from that path, because He'll be the first one to knock your butt down. That's right. Then dare you get back up and do the same damn thing again. People fight that battle all the time, trying to be right, because they're hard-headed. Just accept the fact is, you know what? The good Lord has a play in all your things that you do, all your beliefs, all the time you breathe, whatever the heck you do, the good Lord has a play in it, and He says so if you can do it or not. And the fact thing is, you know what? He already knows what's going to happen. I don't know why the heck y'all worried about it. He already knows what's going to happen before it happens. So, roll along with the flow. What I say, find humor in everything around you, you know? I mean, if you go to church, there's things that church are funny. You can laugh in church. Ain't nobody said you can't laugh in church. There's Sally Mae's down there running up and down, got the Holy Ghost running up and down the hallway, raising her hand. So I'm like, now that's funny shit. You should laugh at that. That's funny. I don't care what the Lord does. Maybe the Lord put that there for your entertainment for that day. If the preacher goes hoarse because he can't talk, that's the funniest shit I ever seen in my life. He's trying to sit there and talk. Ain't nobody, you know, I mess with him. Good Lord ain't got to be about the good Lord ain't got to be about sticks and stones, and ain't got about people killing people. It ain't got to be worried about battles. It ain't got to be all about the things that we tend to make it so serious that it bothers us throughout the course of the day of what the good Lord happened to the good Lord, what's going to happen to people, what's going to happen to, you don't need to worry about all that. Okay. You don't need to worry about all that. Hard-headed Christians walk around and say, you know what? Well, they got to worry about every darn thing or whatever, because the fact is, the Lord, that they need to let the Lord know that that person was out drinking on Friday night. It's their personal mission to let that some bitch was out there somewhere sinning on Friday or Saturday night. They feel it's their obligation to let the Lord know that. And they do it in public too. I'll get up in front of the whole goddamn church and everybody, and I'll say, you know what? I saw you drinking Friday night. I just tell them, well, you didn't see. Good thing you didn't see me Saturday. You know. But everybody's got vices. Everybody's got something they do that ain't good with the Lord. And the fact is, you know what? You work on it. Good Lord don't expect you to be perfect all the dead burn time, because if he did, he wouldn't make you human. He puts us on this earth to make us realize that we make mistakes and we learn from those mistakes so we don't ever make them again. And someday, some way, shape, form, or fashion, you will teach your kids or somebody else not to make that mistake. Or God don't like ugly. So, hard-headed Christians, they're everywhere. Okay. And I'm not one to cotton to, you know what, to get out of an argument or whatever, or not hurt their feelings or whatever. I just don't go around like the people and women at the prayer meetings going by and say, oh, bless your heart. Don't bless my heart. The Lord's already got my heart. Okay. I don't need you to bless my heart. That's between me and the Lord. Don't be coming over and blessing me whenever the good Lord, that's his job. Don't blessing me. I don't know if you got the hoodoo or what you got on me. Don't be blessing me with none of that. Lord, if I need blessing, good Lord's going to bless me by itself. I don't need your help. I don't need your help when I go in that church. I'll choose one I want to pray. How I want to pray. If I want to go in that church, I'll stand on my head and pray because it makes me feel closer to Jesus. I'm going to do this right there. My buddies will be like, hey, man, you look silly. I know. What are you doing? Pray. All right. Okay. Works for you, you know. I got buddies out here that are Christians or whatever. You know what? And the thing about it is, we don't judge each other because of the fact of the stupid stuff we do. If we did, we would be in the church house 24 hours a day telling on each other how they didn't live up to the Lord's word. Some of them tell me that, you know what? It's not. It's a manual. I don't think it's a manual because I think it's a book. They get stories out of there. Kind of puts me in the place of the people that are in there, and I'm like, you know what? What them people say? What would Jesus do? I do that all the time. What would Jesus do? That gets me through some difficult times sometimes. Because Lord knows I'm telling you, I'm a hard-headed Christian, and it's very, very difficult for me to walk away from somebody that has called me all kind of ungodly names and you blasphemy just to call you my name and talk about my mama, my sister, and everybody else. I walk away and say, Lord, help me. Pull me off this man. That's true Christianity right there. Having to whoop somebody's butt and know they need to have their butt whooped and refraining from doing so because the good Lord will tell you it ain't your time and it ain't none of your responsibility. It's my job. So the best way to be a hard-headed Christian is, one, you got to find some humor and stuff. Find humor in what the good Lord is doing for every day. Everything, the world ain't going to end every day, okay? It can only end one time, and we all know how it's going to end. And guess what? Might as well go ahead and prepare for it and get ready for it, okay? Because I don't know anybody that's lived forever. And I ain't never seen no U-Haul hooked to a hearse. I've never seen that. So you can't take it with you as you go. The best you can do, okay, is have the best thing in your life that you've ever had. Leave that behind you and your kids, what your teachings and who you talk to, how you treat them, how you talk to them or whatever. And admit that, you know what, everybody ain't like me. The good Lord made us all different, because, if he made us all the same, damn, it'd be a boring place. And I wouldn't want to live right. I couldn't find nothing to pick on and laugh at. So that's hard-headed Christians. And I want to put that out because the fact is we've got a bunch of Christians in my room, and I'm not down in that a bit. I believe in the good Lord too and everything. I just have a different way of looking at it, I guess. But maybe That's the Lord's way of just telling me, get somebody else to listen. Maybe the good Lord telling me, you know what? Hey, there's humor in the world out there. Go and find it, and make sure you share it with others. Make other people laugh. Make people laugh and enjoy their time they got on this earth. Because God, we were only here for a split second. Life is hard. We got to do this. Got to get up and go to work, whatever. But there ain't no rule that I've ever read that says you shouldn't be happy in doing what you're doing. And if you ain't happy doing it, then do one of 3 things: make it a happier place, or go somewhere else where it is happy. You are miserable or happy by determining who your friends are, by determining who the people that you love the most, and also you respect the most, and appreciate their opinion. Who knows that they're not going to lie to you and tell you the truth? Those people are hard to find. What do we find today? We find a lot of people up there. Once you're on top of that mountain, everything's going good, boy. You got a lot of friends. But once you fall down that mountain, guess what? Ain't nobody there then. Just you and the Lord. That's it. And he's ticked off at you, so you know what? You're going to have to pay your dues. But we build monuments, we build buildings, we build all this kind of thing to prove that we can do just as well as the Lord did in making the trees and the birds and all this. We try to make it. We try to do it. We can. We make robots that look like dogs. We make trying to be what the Lord did. Well, we ain't the good Lord. We ain't. And we ain't damn sure we ain't perfect. And damn sure we ain't the ones that need to be telling other people what to do. Get going with your own darn business. Have your path cross somebody that you take a like to, that you know what, you can listen to them and they'll tell you the truth. You'll tell them the truth, and you know what, you'll be able to have a conversation about the good Lord and come to an agreement. If you want to be one of those ladies that go into the church house and talk gospel, go to their prayer meeting on Wednesday nights, and they'll go in there and talk about everybody but them. I don't care what you say. That's judging, and it ain't not your job. So I'm gonna take it into my own hands. I did this one time. We got bound to our church one time, and the ladies were just taking over. And there ain't one thing but will kill a church quicker than anything else, or will fail, make some kind of organization or whatever that'll fail. And the first thing is gossip. That's right. That'll make a church fail. That'll make a group of people turn on each other faster than anything. It is gossip. We had a prayer meeting one time. All these church ladies were in there determining, I guess, where everybody could sit and who was going to be, all this kind of stuff, telling who could, why they can't sit there, all the gossip that's going on during the week or whatever. And hell, we're only a town of 2,000. There's only so much shit you can tell, But anyway, they're in there talking, and they're in there passing their judgment on people and talking about people, why they're good, bad, ugly, whatever the hell it is or whatever. So I got wind of that. My wife don't. She don't get along with that neither. She's like, I don't go to church for that. So I got word of that, and they were kind of talking about my wife a little bit, because my wife she's half Hispanic, and then she's half Japanese. Go figure that shit out. All I know is I can get cussed out in 3 different languages, and I have no idea what she said. And it depends on which language she uses is determining her amount of pissed offness she is at me. Mexican, okay, I can take that. I understand some of that. But boy, she goes yelling to you in Japanese. I'm gonna tell you this right now, boy, you will step in fetch. I guarantee you that. Anyway, I digress. They were up there talking about my wife about something because they couldn't tell whether she's Mexican, Indian, whatever. My wife she I'm over my league in that shit. I don't know how I don't know why she married me. I guess she must feel sorry for me or something. I don't know. But I heard they were talking about her at that church house on Wednesday night, saying some things that I didn't agree with, and pretty much I didn't like it. And you know what? You shouldn't be talking about my wife that way. So on the Wednesday night prayer meeting with all the uptown ladies and all the sophisticated, all the people that actually believe there's somebody in the world, because the fact is that they carry a Bible, but they never open it. But they could damn sure tell you in the whole town how you should be living your life. So I walked right up amongst them or whatever, and I said, "Good evening, ladies. I said, what are we talking about?" I said, "Well, this is our Wednesday evening women's meeting." I said, "Good. I want to know about women. I like women. Maybe y'all teach me a few lessons about the women." "Well, no, there's no men allowed." "I'm like, we're in a church house." I said, "Dang, and tell me what church Lord says I can't come in a church. You gonna tell me I can't come in a church?" "Well, you can't come in the church with a women's prayer meeting." I said, "Well, who said that? You reckon the Lord like that? That door's right there open for anybody else want to come in here and pray to that Lord. Whenever time, what time, whatever. He don't reserve the right for you to come in here just for your Wednesday night prayer meetings, just so you know what, you can come in here and talk about whatever you want to talk about people." And that's the reason why I'm here, because we're going to sit in, we're going to talk about why y'all talking about other people. And I want to know why, or who gives you the right to sit here and talk about other individuals that are Christians that are actually doing the Lord's work and are actually trying their best to be the best Christian they can be. And instead of helping them, you're talking about them and bringing them down. I said, does that sound very Christian to you? I want to know why you can come up to this Wednesday prayer meeting and you know what? That food bank up there in that church house ain't full. I want to know why, whenever these kids go back to school, why that you women are not taking up some kind of donation or doing something, you know what, to get these kids something on their feet so they can go to school. Maybe not with a new pair of shoes, but you know what? To some of these people, man, used pair of shoes is a good pair of shoes. Or buying them jackets or something. How come y'all ain't doing that? But I said, y'all be the first one to talk about when that kid comes in here without no damn shoes. Y'all be the first one to talk about his mom and daddy because the fact is they ain't got no money to buy shoes. Whose fault is that? I don't think the good Lord really cares. I don't really think the good Lord really cares what you think. I think the good Lord's trying to tell you you need to get up off your nary butt and buy some shoes and start participating to the community and actually doing the godly thing. Instead of sitting there talking about it like that, you know. What would Jesus do? Because I come to find out, you know what Jesus do and what you do is two damn different things, and I don't want to have nothing to do with you. Boy, they all just sit there and looked at me like I done jumped off the turnip truck yesterday or whatever, and then they started looking at me, and here we go. I got it. And I got it. I know I'll piss church people off when they do that. But there's one thing I'll tell you this right now. Is that I got a good thing going with the Lord, and I damn sure don't need you coming in here and messing it up. And I don't need to feel uncomfortable when I go to the church house. No, I can't drink beer. I understand that now. But I didn't then. There's certain things you can't do. But I don't need you to tell me. The good Lord tell me. So these ladies up in their prayer meetings, whatever, you know, they done live their life. Their husband, they done run their husband dead to death. They done put him in either he's in a nervous hospital somewhere or he's 6 foot under, and that's where he wants to be because he's tired, sick, and tired of hearing about shit, the gossip, and everybody else in the town except for what time can I have my bologna sandwich? And women wonder why when they go to the church house or whatever, their men don't want to go with them because I don't want to be seen with you. You're a gossip. You talk about people. Okay? People don't like you because you're a bad person. Unfortunately, when I got my wife, she was a Christian. She was going. We went to church up in somewhere in California or whatever, and I was getting in my truck. We were getting in my truck. We were leaving or whatever, and I turned the corner, and there was a homeless veteran sitting right there. I knew he was home. I knew he was a veteran because I could just tell. But just to show me, he had his VA card come up there and he was asking for some money. I pulled my truck over there and I said, "Okay." I said, "Where are you going?" I said, "Where are you going to the VA?" He said, "I go up here." He said, "That's why I stay here." I said, "You're homeless." He goes, "Yeah, I stay right around here so I get to my VA appointment." So I asked him, I said, "Well, who in the hell is your caseworker?" He told me his case number. He had his own card and told me his caseworker and the whole 9 yards or whatever. So I gave him $20. I gave him $20 to go get something to eat. I made him make sure he go get a hamburger. But I knew that other $10 he's gonna go drink beer. And that, you know what? That's people look down on it. Why they shouldn't be. Well, it becomes the fact is sometimes that's all people can get just to deal with one day with the PTSD. You want to go somewhere else without having to memorize people that are getting blown up around you. You don't want to have to do that. You want to have to just drink a beer, okay? And forget about that shit for a while until the VA doctors can get a hold of you and get you on something you need to be hooked up. So what I do, the very next day I got up, I called his caseworker, and I said, look, he needs to get in and see the doctor because he's living homeless, blah, 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 blah. And she goes, and luckily she said, well, they put you on hold. So I said bullshit to that. So here's what I did. I called my doctor. She likes me. She knows me. Sometimes she flirts with me too, I think. But anyway, I called my doctor and said, I got a problem. She goes, what is it? What have you done now? Normally whenever they call my doctor, normally it ain't very good. I mean, I'm laid up and, I got the cops calling him or wife telling me I get home or whatever. Not back in the old days now. I used to run a gun like you wouldn't believe, but, I'm like one of them guys, you know what, whenever I used to go out to beer joint after work and I go in there and say, I ain't here. I don't care. I ain't here. I don't care how much money she gives you. I ain't here. Why did I call my doctor? And I said, you know what? I said, I want to get this guy in here today. I need him to see a doctor today, and I need him to have a place today and some warm sheets, and he needs to get a shower, and by God, he needs to get some medication and medical attention. She goes, how do you? I told her how I know him, how I met him, whatever. I spent some time with him, the whole 9 yards, and I said, I bought him a hamburger yesterday, and I said, he probably went and drank beer last night, and she knows all the stories. She said, but where can we find him? I said, you know what? I tell you what. I said, you give me 30 minutes, I'll bring him to you. She said, okay. I went and got him out of the bushes over there, put him in my truck, took him down there, whatever. Damn VA security, looked at him because he ain't took a bath. But see, people like that don't bother me because, hell, I've been in the military. I ain't taking a bath sometimes for 2 weeks. Don't tell CC I said that, okay? But anyway, so I got him down there. Sure enough, my doctor was that she had him set up, got him set up, got his full physical done on him, had a place for him to stay that night, and he could stay there for at least a month until he started getting his money to where he could actually afford a place to stay. Now that's what a Christian does. That is what the good Lord has meant for us to do. And if you only get to do that one time in your lifetime, I guarantee the good Lord will never forget. Because I knew when I left out of that parking lot and I left out there and I left that guy in good hands, I knew. Nobody had to tell me nothing. I knew the good Lord looked down on me and said, you know what? And I could feel it in my heart. He said, you did a good job today. I could see him. Well, that's what I'm talking about, you dumbass. I've been talking about that. You can do this. So as of that day, I asked what I can do for other people who are suffering in any way, shape, form, or fashion, or whatever. And I know one thing that everybody needs every stinking day, and that is a chance to laugh, or smile, or snicker. Don't want to laugh, but you know it's funny, and you're gonna have to. And that's the way I spread the Lord's word. That's the way I get out and I start helping people by just telling them, you know what, it ain't that serious. Take a step back, take a breath, and laugh about something, and see the humor in your situation, and attack it. And if you need help, by God, you got plenty in that Bible. And Lord, all you have to do is just put on it in that chat room. All you got to do is tell me, and I will guarantee you. If I can't answer the problem or I can't solve that problem for you right then, I will find somebody else that can. And I will guarantee you will not have to worry about your troubles. But if you get off that line, you will have an answer to what ails you. So, my ranting and raving's over with. I want to throw out my shout out to TNS. Miss Sarah, hey, Sarah, I'm sorry. I really am sorry. And I hope you get this, and I hope that you accept my apology. CC got my eye on you. Miss Susan, you're being awful quiet over there. You up to something. I know you are. You're being quiet. And you know what? They say they don't never worry about a woman when she's bitching, but when she stops bitching, you better worry. And I know that. So you know what? I ain't seen you around, Mama. Thank you for the common sense and bringing me back down to life and making me laugh. Because I'm going to tell you this right now, woman. I don't have, sometimes when somebody puts something out there in that chat room, I'm like, oh, hell, where's Mama going to say? Kirsten, you're doing a good job, girl. I love you. I drank your bath water. They say I'm missing somebody else. Kirsten, Mama. Ray. I can't remember names. See, that's why I do this on TV. I mean, on tube, because I can't remember shit. Okay, so don't get mad at me. You know, good Lord just didn't give me no sense, and whatever sense He did give me got blew up in freaking Afghanistan. So I really can't remember shit. Spend half my damn time running around my house looking for my wallet, and I swear to God, my wife hides it from me on purpose to laugh at me. She's trying to put me in that nervous hospital, man. That's what she's trying to do. Get all my money, put me up in that nervous hospital. I think there's a plan. Anyway, you guys have a great day. And I'm sorry I'm making 2 videos for you, but Texas New Studio, great job. Looking forward to what I can find out today. I've been kind of behind the 8 ball, but hey, today is a new day, and I got the dogs walked and washed and everything, and got them fed this morning. So I'm good, and I'm going to sit around here, and I'm going to think about ways to make you people laugh, to make you see the good side of life. And if you can't see the good side of life, then you know what? Come over here and live with me for a week. I'll guarantee you we'll get some stuff done. It's a wolf pack. Keep the powder dry. Keep your mom happy. Keep good and food and water on them dogs, and everybody they'll take care of you. Keep powder dry. Love you guys.